Oh, thank you very much for coming on board. I can see you look so tired.
Yeah, I had a long day.
Sorry to disturb your sleeping time.
I can't wait to hit the bed.
I can see that it's on your face. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. We'll try to
You're
be
most welcome.
as possible.
You're looking gorgeous. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. Glory to Almighty Allah for making it possible to have you on our platform. It's a privilege to have you on board. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. The internet is a bit fluctuating, but we'll manage it. Hello?
Okay. Because I'm actually using my system's audio. But if you can hear me clearly, that's fine. It's okay.
All right, okay, yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Thanks very much again for coming. We appreciate your time, your resources, your efforts.
You're most welcome.
So greetings to everyone from Global Self-Education Platform. I am your sister, your daughter, Dr. Kafayat Lamidi. Today we have a special guest of honor on the platform. Join me to welcome Dr. Mrs. Fadhilat Jimoh, the founder of Bounties Initiative. I welcome you, ma'am, once again to the platform. Dr. Fadila will help us to provide.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. She will help us to provide thoughtful insight into a series of cases on the topic entitled Relationship, Reconciliation, Dichotomy, and Diamond. The aim of addressing this topic is purposely to promote love and peace in any kind of relationship. However, the objective is to foster a movement towards educational advancement in relation to choice, completion, as well as attainment. I will leave it now to our Honorable Dr. Fadhilat to provide a review into the cases as well as offer her contribution. So please, ma, start whenever you are ready.
Hold on. Okay. From the brief I got, I think the first thing was to discuss what is love. Okay. There's this misconception about love, and then most people now see love, mix love, romance, and lust. Okay. And when people get attracted sexually, they just think they are in love. Okay. When people see some form of physical attractions, they believe that is love.
Very correct.
But that isn't what love is all about.
Thank you.
Love is two words: passion and compassion. For you to say you're in love with someone, you have to have passion for that person, a very high burning desire for that person called passion. And then the definition will not be until you also have compassion for that person. That is, if you truly love someone, you will be ready to sacrifice so many things just to make the person happy, to make the person comfortable, just to put a smile on the person's face. When you have those two things, that's love.
Thank you.
When those two things are absent, even if you love to have sex with that person every day, you don't love that person. That's the clear definition of love.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Do you want me to get an headset for you?
Thank you so much. That is really interesting, giving us two different angles to look at love. Because actually, when I was reviewing some of the previous interview I've had regarding this topic, I've been trying to put together different school of thought. Some people did not see that there is any definition for love. Actually, we all have different perspectives, which I appreciate, but I always succumb to the school of thought that there is love depending on if you can care. And hearing that compassion now, speaks to the same school of thought. So it's a kind of, there is love, but how do we define, to what extent do we define that love? And I really appreciate that. That's really interesting. The definition of love from compassionate and passionate perspectives. Thanks very much once again. So we take it to the next one, the second opening question of the day. What exactly is peace in a relationship, ma'am?
I can't hear you properly.
The
Hold on.
second opening question is, what exactly is peace in a relationship? Peace, this concept of peace in a relationship, what can you say about that, ma?
What exactly is what?
Peace, peace. For peace to reign in a relationship, what exactly is it? What are we looking for to have a peaceful relationship? That's the second question.
Oh, is that what we're looking for?
Hmm.
What we're looking for to have a peaceful relationship. Does a peaceful relationship really exist?
Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear now. Before it was fluctuating. Okay. I can hear you better now.
Okay, if you can't hear me, I can kind of change my sitting around for you to be able to hear me clearly.
Okay.
Is there anything like peaceful relationship? In my culture, you know, in Nigeria, where I come from, we have this adage that says that even the tongue and the teeth fights. What that simply means is that times you bite yourself,
yeah,
live together for years.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Do you want me to change my seat around the house?
Kind of.
Okay.
You can adjust it a little bit, but I can hear you now. Yeah, you can help us.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
What did you say?
I said you can help us to adjust your sitting a little bit to avoid the.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on. You can pause. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm simply going to take my laptop and then sit on the couch.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I need to increase the lighting.
All right.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Can you see me clearly?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. For you, what do we need to do to have a peaceful relationship?
Yeah.
The first thing is to admit that even when the tongue and the teeth live together, they have conflicts. Once in a while, you bite yourself, and yet they still live together for years in your body system. If you admit the fact that once in a while there will be differences, then now you understand my response to the question. What can we do to have a peaceful relationship? What we can do to have a peaceful relationship is when we establish the relationship initially on the basis of passion and compassion. If the relationship is not based on that, it's like the foundation is faulty, and you're still going to the 7th floor or the 8th floor, it's gonna collapse. So if the basis at which we come together is that we have passion for one another, we are compassionate about one another, we are ready to sacrifice some of our differences for one another to be happy, then we will have a peaceful relationship. But if we are not ready to do that for each one of us, no matter what the passion might be, is going to burn out soon. And it's only the compassion that will be left for both of us to live together for so long as we can be together. If the compassion is not there, it's going to be very difficult for us to have a happy home or for us to live happily. Hope I answer your question.
Definitely, yeah, definitely, definitely. The basis of a peaceful home, from your point of view, is that there should be the base for compassionate. And no
Yes.
matter what the discrepancies are, that we just keep the foundation.
Yes. Can I give you examples of compassion?
Please go on.
Yes. Example of compassion is, oh, my husband doesn't like this, or my husband likes this. I don't really like it. But if that makes him happy, I'll go out of my way to make him happy.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife does not really like this, but in order to put smile on her face, I will go extra mile to do that for her. Example, my husband likes going for movie. I hate going for movies. But if that will make him happy, I
Just,
will create time to go for movies, even if I have to drink some coffee, not to sleep.
so just to keep,
That is just an example. Do you
definitely,
get it?
definitely. That is the simplification of the compassionate. Thank you very much.
Yes, compassion.
Yeah.
You going out of your way to make the other person happy,
Happy
even when it's not convenient for you.
for you. Oh, thank you so much. That is, I can just relate that to this relationship right now, even though this is not a romantic relationship, because I can see from your outlook that you are very tired. You've had a stressful day, and that compassionate still hold you to sit down there and give us that your precious.
Yes, because of the love I have for you.
Thank you
Yes, now you got it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me move to the next question. I won't take much of your time. Um,
Okay.
the third one is, to what extent is love an antecedent of peace? Already I've got the answer, but for clarity for the viewers, do you think love is an antecedent of peaceful relationship?
Yes, to what extent? You know one thing. There can never be a peaceful relationship without love. It's not gonna work. It's not. When you fake it, there is this ideology that says fake it till you make it. But
Mhm.
that doesn't work. That only works in work environments. That might work for you. But at home, it doesn't work. If you guys don't love one another, there can't be a peaceful relationship. So what I'm standing on is there can never be a peaceful relationship without love. People will tell you that I don't really love my wife, but we live together for this long. But I tell them that you loved her, it's just that you don't know. The
Why?
fact that you don't kiss her, you don't hug her, you don't do all this romance,
Yeah,
but you have feelings for her.
that's it.
You're so passionate about her. You think about her all the time. You go to shop, you think of buying something for her. You think of her feelings. You think of where could she be? What would she like? What would she love to have? That's still love.
Great.
So to
Fabulous.
what extent can love go in a peaceful relationship?
Yeah,
Love is the fundamental of a peaceful relationship. That is it.
that is it. Okay. So we should close that. That is it. So love is an antecedent of a peaceful home. Thank you
That
so
is the fundamental. It's not that love is going to assist. That is the fundamental.
much.
If you don't get that, it's like just thinking. It's like a beautiful rose flower. You don't the flower is part of what the benefit you get from a loving relationship. Like part of the benefit you get from the plants. But without the roots of the plant, you're not gonna get the stem, you're not gonna get the leaf. And forget about the flower, you're not gonna get the flower. That's
No
the piece you're
termination.
looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That is very thoughtful. So now let's start to review the case by case. Case one, I'll let you provide the overview from your end, so I won't interrupt you. Case one is not sharing from the onset.
Trying to open the cases because I've got like 4 or 5 cases.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know which one you treating first.
The, has been labeled on the list. Case one. Yeah.
Okay. Please hold on.
No problem. Take your time. I can read it if you want me to read it loud.
No, it's okay. I have it on my mobile phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the case one is talking about a Muslim family.
A Christian family home.
Um, Case one. Okay, the Christian family.
Oh,
Anthony, the husband, and Antonia, the wife. So the one of them support the other one. The wife support the man, right? Or was it the man that support the wife?
no, the man requested for the man is Anthony, the husband. So he requested Antonia. He wanted the
For
support,
financial support,
yeah.
which you normally give. But when it was her turn, the man didn't support her.
No, that's the
Was
side
that not what you're
one.
saying?
We are coming to that one. That one is the next one.
That's the next one.
That's
Also,
the next one. Yeah.
Anthony could never progress. Okay, she supported the husband with her money, and she couldn't further in her studies. Okay.
So because the marriage was like 2 years into the relationship, so
So
Anthony
she
requested.
gave her spouse all her money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when she now needed the money, it was not there for her. Was that not the question?
Okay, let me read it from the beginning so that we don't get it mixed up. This is a Christian family home. Anthony, the husband, and Antonia is the wife. Their wedding was just 2 years when Anthony, the man, requested for Antonia's financial support for his own study. However, at that time, Antonia, the wife, could not provide that support due to her own personal, projects, which was on the way at that particular moment. But unfortunately, Anthony could neither progress nor complete his studies, and this lack of mutual support to him became the primary issue in that relationship. And since then, the couple have been experiencing the challenges. Getting along is very difficult for them with each other. So Antonia, the wife, she tried to reconcile at some point. One of the mechanisms that she used was by giving her money, her savings to Anthony, just to get to win him back over. So she tried on several occasions to please the husband by giving him her own personal saving. But the man would not just buy into that, for the fact that the wife has not been doing that right from the beginning of the relationship. So he decided that he no longer need that support. So then he decided to move out from their matrimonial home.
Okay. Now I got the entire story. I'm going to summarize this now. There are these two couples,
Yeah.
married, and then the man needs some money from his spouse. The wife had the money, but she wanted to use it for something else.
Exactly.
And then when she was ready to help the husband,
Hmm.
he felt he was disappointed and he doesn't need that money, and then decided the marriage was going to go down because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what should the wife do, or what should the guy do, or
what could she
what's the question?
try? Yeah. So the question is, what else could she try?
Should she try?
What could she try? Yeah.
You know one thing. The reality on ground is, as a woman, whatever money you make is for you. The responsibility of your husband is to take care of you, nothing else.
Okay.
So if you decide to give your husband part of your money, it's not compulsory, it's just sadaqah, it's just gifts. And if you decide not to give it to him, it's also gifts. So one thing I tell women is, if you have a money you're not ready to share with this guy, don't let him know you have that money. There's no point in you flaunting a money you're not ready to share. He's not gonna know what's in your account if you don't tell him. But when you tell him, oh, so I've got 10,000 pounds in my account, and you feel okay, we need to build future together. Let me use the 10,000 pounds to study. When I graduate, it's gonna add more to our income because you told him. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not ready to part with this money, there's no point telling him. And then on the part of the man, I wouldn't marry someone that's going to judge me based on the fact that based on financial differences. He's the man. His responsibility is to take care of me. If he's not taking care of me, and he thinks because I'm not able to part with certain money at certain point in time, if that is a reason to dissolve the marriage, that is not enough reason to dissolve marriage. Except if the man thinks, um, number one, my wife doesn't love me. She doesn't want my progress. She doesn't want me to improve. She doesn't want anything good for me. She prefers things that trivia, that not really important to us. To me, building a house for her at this moment, when she has a house to live in, it's not important. So it simply means something is wrong. It's that she doesn't really love me. She doesn't have passion for me, or she doesn't have compassion for me. And based on that, I just want to take my decision. I think I need somebody else that's gonna love me. This lady doesn't really love me. He's taking it beyond the money that you're looking at. If it is the money, it's not a big deal. But if he has taken it beyond the money and he has seen it as a trust, then you wouldn't really blame him. But as for the lady, if he has decided to move on, for goodness sake, he has stopped all sexual affairs. What else is in the marriage? The best thing is to move on.
So that is it. What she could try now is just to move on herself.
Yes.
The deal has been done. Both couple, let's move ahead. Yeah.
She move on.
That will bring us back to when you said, if you don't want to share the money, you don't let him know.
Don't flaunt it.
Don't flaunt it. But that would, like, to some people, like secrecy, keeping secrets.
No, I'm not saying being keeping secrets, okay?
That's basically what other people will perceive it. So how do we clarify
no,
that?
I'm not saying keeping secret. Okay, I work, I earn salary. My husband knows I earn salary. He knows how much I earn, and he knows I do a lot of things with my money. He doesn't know my balance statement. He doesn't ask for it. He knows I have money. Yes, he knows, but he doesn't know how much I watch as I sit before you. He knows I earn salary. He knows how much I get. He knows how much I get in my performance allowance. He knows all my allowances I get. He knows when I get my allowances every quarter. But he doesn't really know how much is left. Do you get it?
Yes.
So if I come to him and then give him some unsolicited information, like, so that you know now, do you know I now have 20,000 pounds? Do you know I have you know? Yeah. Do you know I am about to do this? I'm about to do that. And he says, you know, well, come, you have this money. Wow, that's great. Can we do this with it? Can I use it to do that for the benefit of the family? He said, no. Can I also use it? No. What about let's try to do this? If I get this done, it's good for both of us. No. So it goes beyond the money. Perhaps the man read a lot of things into it. He's looking at your feelings, your dispositions, the body language, and is thinking, I think I need to walk out of this relationship. She doesn't even have any passion for me. She doesn't want me to grow. She doesn't even have any, compassion for me. She doesn't want me to be happy. Do you get it?
Yeah, that's it. Because people have not been able to contribute, otherwise we would have a lot of questions coming to you regarding that aspect. That's why I said quickly help us to clarify so that it's not mistaken as being keeping secret from me.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Thank you very much for that. So
you're welcome.
We now move on to the second case, which is sharing from the onset. This one is a Muslim family home. And that is the wife. The second case.
The Muslim family home.
Yeah.
Okay, that the wife and Said the husband.
Wedding was few years when things.
The woman was the breadwinner of the family initially. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Then things take turn round. So the man now.
And she gives the husband everything.
Yeah.
So she had issue with her business. And then the man it's not the turn for the man to take care of her.
Yeah.
And then he's not ready to share.
So our expectation was that the man will do the same as she used to do, but come to the contrary.
I think this is a bit ambiguous because we need to really ask her what exactly do you ask for that is not giving you. Is it that he's taking care of your feeding, your shelter, and your clothing, but you wanted something extra, thinking I've given him extra, then I need some extra, like I need some gold bangles. I need to go shopping with my
Accessories.
friends. I need some designer shoes and bag.
Yeah.
After you get this money, I need to change my ride.
Yeah.
Is it that what she's looking forward to, or some basic necessity is
Basic
actually not there?
necessity. In our case, the basic necessity is not there.
Okay. Okay. Now, what do we mean by basic necessity? What she's saying is this guy has got the money, but yet he refused to clothe the family, clothe
Yeah,
the children.
exactly.
He refused to get them shelter, somewhere to live,
Mhm.
and then food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, those are the fundamental three things that the
Exactly.
man
Yeah.
owes his wife.
Yeah.
Every other thing, every other luxury thing is not fundamental.
Exactly.
So let's assume you drive us out, you don't give us accommodation under you, you don't care about our milk, our bread, you don't care about what we eat, you don't care about what we put on. Yes, that's to an extreme.
Definitely. So the way she described her husband is that a very greedy and selfish man that cannot use his own
She
money
needs to,
to play with his own
you know
self.
what? Do you know she can go to court to seek redress, depending on which country she finds herself. She needs to go to court to make sure the man takes care of his children, even if he's going to divorce her. Do you know?
Do you know that is
Depends on,
another topic for that topic you just mentioned is for another day that we open up and
yes, because she needs to seek redress. Then another thing is, if I were in her shoe,
Mhm,
because some of these um stories,
mhm.
you kind of in my language we
Yeah,
say that when you get one side of the coin, it's very
yeah,
difficult to judge when you don't see the other side of the
fine,
coin.
sure,
To
yeah.
her, she might think what has changed her husband is just the financial change. There might be more to it.
Mm,
It might just be a coincidence that is just a financial swap that brought about some of all these things,
other
issues
things.
coming up. There
Mm,
might be underlying situations that we're not seeing,
yeah,
or that is either she's naive, she's not saying it, or she's saying it, she's just ignoring it, or she's feeling that yeah, I can see it, but I was just thinking perhaps if I was richer when I used to have money, I wouldn't really care. Because you know what? We've actually seen situations whereby when the wife has money taking care of the husband, she does that in a very arrogant way.
mm,
Like, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. What else do you want? The man is just managing and coping, and the man keep thinking, hopefully one day I'm gonna liberate myself from all this slavery.
this.
There
Mm.
are men like that will tell you that once I get rich, the first thing I'll do is to take a second wife, or the first thing I'll do is to remarry. So she might be physically financing the man, but emotionally torturing him. And he's just thinking, just waiting for that time when he's also going to
Retaliate.
have that, the man to,
Yeah.
I'm not really blaming the woman, okay? Don't get me
I
wrong.
understand your view. It's the
I'm
concept
just trying
between
to,
retaliation and
I'm just trying to see the
reconciliation.
other side of the coin.
Yeah.
But the reality is, if a man doesn't take care of your shelter, your food, and your clothing, it's high time you go home and seek redress with your family. If you live in a country where the family ties go a long way,
Mm.
or if you don't live in a country where family ties go a long way, you need to seek a lawyer and seek redress in the courts. But before you do that, you need to call him and ask him and beg him and ask him, what exactly have I done wrong? Where have I really done wrong? What have I done wrong? I'm ready to, I'm ready to change.
Mm.
When he tells you, you'll be surprised. It might just be something very little.
And that's the importance of communication.
Yes, at times there's always this communication gap,
Mm.
and then we keep thinking the problem is finances, but the problem is beyond finances.
Yeah.
Finances at times is like, when you have an infection, um you
Sweat.
start running temperature,
Mm.
you start having body aches, and then you go to the GP, and then the doctor tells you, you know what, just keep drinking some water, drink a lot of water, and then rest. The symptoms, okay,
Mm.
is the high temperature, but the cause is a different thing. You get it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
in most families,
Mm.
finances is usually the symptoms of
Yeah,
something
so
else.
yeah.
Because finances is something that is very loud. is always easily detected. A
Yeah.
lot of silent issues that, oh my
Yes.
God, Kafi, people will not tell you. In fact, we have silent issues that you have to press the couples and press them before one of them will tell you, oh, this is what is going on.
So the financial one is mostly the one at the
Yeah, in
layer
most
top
cases,
one.
that's the laudable one. That's the one everybody sees. That's one that is obvious. And in most cases, when you look at financial discrepancies between couples, in most cases, it's just the physical things you see. There's always something else on the line.
No.
Something else.
Thank you very much for that. One
So for
thing,
her,
mm,
two things. If
yeah,
you live in a communal environment like
yeah,
Nigeria,
mm,
seek family redress.
yeah,
Okay, you need to first of all seek personal redress with him.
yeah,
Wake him up in the middle of the night and cry and tell him you sorry. Ask him what have I done wrong. Forget about the finances now.
yeah,
Seek redress with your family. If you don't live in a family-oriented country like mine, seek redress in the court. They will get your right back for you. You don't have the right to be in pain,
yeah.
to not be fed, to not have shelter, and you have children to take care of.
Yeah.
Seek redress in court. They will get your right back for you.
Fantastic. Thank you
I need
very
to get
much.
my cup of water.
Go
Can you
on,
give me 1 minute, please?
go on. It's okay. Go on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm back.
You're welcome back. There's something about Saeedat. She always derives pleasure in disclosing our relationship issues on social media. So what
That's
can you
very bad.
say about that, please?
Um, I'm from a culture that frowns at a bride disclosing even marital issues with some
Family.
members of our family or our friends. In my culture, as a bride, you're expected to be a repository of pains and
Mm,
trauma
mm,
and a repository of information that has to be kept so safe and secret,
mm,
except there is need to disclose.
yeah.
So I come from a culture where um, even friends, you shouldn't tell your friends what's going on in your home.
Mhm,
Let alone tell the entire world what's going on in your home.
mhm,
I'm gonna advise her, when you disclose your family issues on social media, number one, that's a data you're leaking out for yourself. That's a data that can be used for you or against you. Social media will not solve your problem. It's
mhm,
better for you to seek redress with a counselor, a psychotherapist,
mhm,
or community health specialist,
yeah.
rather than disclosing on social media. When you disclose on social media, even singles that have never married for 1 second, we advise you. They don't even know what marriage is all about. They're
Mm,
gonna pick that keyboard and start typing all forms of things. That's one. And then two, when you disclose your information on social media, do you know that trend mining, data mining, all these AI analytics is gonna
mhm,
go against you
mhm,
for leaking your information to social media? And then the final thing is, you will never get solace in the social media when
exactly.
you always, as a bride, or even if you're not married, your information are sacred. Only put it where you think is going to be profitable. Share your information with someone that can help you, someone you know that can truly help you.
Genuine
Don't just share your information with people, because in future it's going to come after
back.
you.
Yeah.
Imagine if you finally fix your home, and then your husband is back on track,
Hmm,
and you're there for one another and happy.
hmm,
Those information on the social media
it's
will
gone.
continue to taunt your married and your children and your grandchildren. You
Hmm,
don't want that for yourself. That's the last thing you want to do. So I'm going to advise that don't put your marriage information on social media. It's not safe.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a big one. Social media is not the best
No,
platform
it
to
isn't.
disclose
It's
family
not.
issues. So thank you very much for that. The third case is Ada and Ade, the competing couples. Let me quickly read that out. Ada married at the age of 35.
Okay, I think Ada and Ade is the lady that vowed to always be with her, married forever.
She's the one, yeah.
So she works as a lecturer, and then she had the privilege to travel abroad without the family with her.
Initially, yeah.
Okay. So she wanted the entire family to join her. Finally, they finally joined her.
Yeah.
And then when she completed, she wanted to come back home. And then the family said they were not coming back home.
That's Ade, yeah.
Yes. And then what should she do in this case?
Yeah.
You know, do you know this kind of case normally happens a lot.
Thank you for that.
Because especially people from developing countries, people get scholarship to go abroad to study, and then part of the terms and conditions of some of those scholarships is that you're coming back home.
Yeah.
You're gonna give back to the system. Yeah. And then it becomes an integrity issue that you need to come back home.
To fulfill
And then
your part,
it's just that it's a bit twisted in your case is the man that doesn't want to come back. In most cases, from experience, the wife and the children that doesn't want to come back. I actually have some colleagues that traveled out to study, and the wife and the children refused to come back up to now. If I have a senior colleague in my office some of my senior colleagues whose wives and children are not at home, they came for PhD. The wife and children refuse to come back, and then the man comes back home
by himself.
And the staying in the UK or whatever, or Canada, or
everybody split.
Yeah. Now, for the man, it's a different case scenario. But now let's treat this as a woman. Two things. The happiness of your family is more important. The peace at home is more important.
Good.
In as much as you try to bring everybody to you, thinking if everybody comes together, that's better for you and better for everyone. Now, your husband wants you to step back. If you actually come on scholarship, what scholarship will tell you is you pay back the money
to the
system. I would advise her, if her husband and her children are staying back and they have a valid visa, not just staying back as a legal immigrant, they have a valid paper documentation, she should tell her husband, you know what, for the peace of this family, I don't want to leave you. I'm going to work for the next few years. I'm going to pay back to the country that sponsored me just to be with you, provided that they all have legal papers. I'm claiming that, I'm saying that again, because it's a different ball game. I'm not going to advise her to come back home and leave her husband and the children there, because at the end of the day, is your family that will be left with you. Work will come and go, job will come and go, position will come and go.
PhD will come and go.
Those children in your family, and there's no sacrifice. I tell you, there's no sacrifice that is too easy. That is too much for your family. I tell you, I came back. I have a job. I left my job in the UK. I came back home because my husband and my children want to be at home, and I'm happy.
And everybody is happy to have you back with them.
Happy, mommy is back. Mommy is at home. So I tell women, I tell them that sacrifice your career for your family is one of the best decisions you will make. I tell you, when those children really grow up, they will hold the time for career. When those children grow up to certain age, you will go back to the career world fulfilled. You will look back. The children are there. You look at the career world. You have enough time at your disposal to it.
when children are still young and they want you around you, the best you can do is to sacrifice career for them. Else, you will lose them.
And
And
this
I
is
tell
where,
you, career is stamina. No matter what career you might be, no matter how powerful you might be, it's gonna end one day.
definitely, yeah.
So, my advice for her, if she can really negotiate with the institution at home, and then pay all the terms and conditions,
Condition, yeah.
she should come back home, fill all the paperwork. She needs to come back. That's usually
On
the
the basis.
signed documentation. She
Okay.
needs to come back home, know how much she needs to pay for not staying back for a minimum of 2 years or 1 year, depending on the contract, and then go back to her family. That's the most important thing.
Thank you very much for that. So that's the way she can reconcile the situation.
Provided the families have, Kathy, I'm saying that again. Provided the families have the right documentation and paper abroad,
So that they
that's
won't.
entirely. They don't have it, that's dangerous.
Okay. So on
Thank
the
you.
condition that they both have the legal right to remain after
Yes,
the
to
study.
stay back. Yes,
End
yes,
up
to stay
to
back. That's very, very critical.
yeah. Let's go to the case 4 with no children. This one is Jamila. She was married to a wealthy family. Then 3 years after the marriage, she could no longer bear the in-laws ruling her home for her. So she has aspiration for education, which led her to return to education. As a result, so she had to travel abroad. And when planning, initially, Adam, the husband, gave his consent, but at the time when the application was successful, then he withdrew the right that no longer supports that decision for the wife to go and study abroad. Then the two options is either she go abroad and consider the marriage done, or to stay with him with no further studies. So Jamila chose the former one, to go abroad and consider the marriage done. And luckily also she was like government sponsored.
Yeah, I think Kefi, I think this story ended very well. They both got remarried. Mashallah. The guy got married and Jamila got married. So end of discussion.
End of discussion. Okay. How would you describe Jamila? She went, then the marriage was done. You said this.
How will I describe her? She went for what she wanted. She went for what she loved. She got what she wanted, and she got remarried. That's fine. She wanted the education, not the guy, and then she went for it. She got married, and then she had a preference: choose me or choose your PhD. And she felt, I'm not gonna marry to you. I'm gonna marry my PhD. At that point, she married her PhD. No loss. And then after the PhD, she remarried human being again. Mashallah.
So interesting here.
How else do I want to describe her? You know what? This situation, you can look at it contemporarily, and then if I look at it from my Islamic background, I'm going to fault her 100%, because in my religion, you don't step out of your door except with your husband's permission. If you step out of your door without your husband's permission, you're gonna, like, when I say you're gonna, I mean that spiritually you're not safe. Like, my religion believes that when you leave home with your husband's permission, mashallah, you're good to go. But when he's not happy with you and he tells you don't do this, don't go, and then you go, the angels will continue to curse you until you go and you come back. That's even a short distance. I'm not even talking about traveling abroad now. But when we leave the religious side of it, okay, and then look at the contemporary side of it. Jamila, she's a go-getter, okay? She has goals.
That's it. You've given the
that's ambitions. Yes. And then the first goal she wanted was she wanted to get married. And she got married. She had a good spouse. And then she wasn't satisfied. She wanted another goal. She wanted the PhD. And she went for it. She dumped the marriage intentionally. And then went for the second goal. And then when she completed the second goal, good for her. She didn't even take her children, making it easier for PhD. Kathy, you and I know it's not easy to do a PhD with children. It's
another marriage
nightmare.
and another pregnancy.
Yes, is a nightmare having going through a PhD when you have children with you. And so she had a nice flow of PhD. Somebody was taking care of her children, and she was having a nice time with her degree. And she had a degree, another goal completed.
Yeah, completed.
And then she wanted to remarry, and she got remarried again.
God goes.
Mashallah, 3 goals. So if you look at it contemporarily, the way the feminists view world, they view a man as an object, a goal that you have to achieve. That okay, I need to get married, and then you get married, and you feel like, what next? I'm tired of this marriage, and then you go for something else. And then you think, what next? I think I want to get married again, and you get married again. And I think that's the way she look at life. So that's why I said, how do I feel about Jamila? She's just a go-getter, and then she sees every opportunity as a goal. And then with regards to the children, why would she need the children? When she wanted to go for her PhD, she knew she had 2 children. She didn't care about them. If she really cared about them, she wanted to be with them, she wouldn't go for the PhD. So when she decided to go for her visa processing, to go for her tuition fee payment, her accommodation sorting, packs a bag, went to the airport, she knew very well she was going to leave her husband and 2 children behind. Forget about it. So if what you asking me is, okay, now she wanted the 2 children. The children don't belong to her, they belong to their father. For goodness sake, the man has suffered the trauma, missing his wife, having to take care of 2 children. SubhanAllah, that's enough pace for him.
Let me point something out there. Why Adam would marry the 2 children, remain with his parents, not with him, but with the family.
With the man's parents or the lady's parents.
The man's parents.
The guy is a man, for goodness sake, Kathy. He can wear diapers. He can bet a baby. He has to take them to his parents.
But from the Islamic perspective, when you remarry, the new wife is supposed to take care of your children as the husband, isn't it?
Yeah. When you from Islamic perspective, when you marry a new wife, even your wife is not mandatory that you must take care of the children.
It's not compulsory, sure,
It's not mandatory. If she feels she wants to be with
she has the right,
fine. But what if the man's parents, they're already fond of the lovely kids, they love to have them around the house, and they just tell you,
grandchildren,
keep this kid with us, we'll fine. The only side of the story where I was thinking you wanted to touch on was the fact that Jamila was not really having a nice time with her in-law initially. She wasn't finding it easy.
So if you don't like me, how will you like my children?
Yes, that's our culture. No, that's our own culture, you know. We have this belief that, you know, the children are a replica of their mom. So if their mom is naughty, she's going to give birth to naughty children. so because she's already having issues with her in-law, and in-laws are very tiring. They are a different version. Kathy, that's another discussion for another day.
Different day,
But I tell women, I don't sell my marriage because of my in-laws. I don't sell my home because of them. I can sacrifice anything just to keep my home. And my in-laws are part of it. You get it?
They're like secondary, not the primary.
You know, I tell people you need to go for training on in-law management. In fact, the good thing, we now have some coach, mashallah, there are some life coach now, Kathy, that does in-law life coach. I'm serious.
On in-law relationship management.
They'll teach you, they'll tell you, no matter how bad your in-law is,
the way to manage
our courses or one-to-one coaching, we will deal with them for you.
That's why coaching is so good. You can coach anything to everything.
You know when I saw that for the first time, like, mashallah, sisters are getting it now. So we now have coaches for in-laws, mashallah, great.
Learning is evolving, knowledge too is evolving. We keep learning.
You don't leave your home because of your in-law. If you need to get some knowledge, some skills on how to manage
that relationship,
go and learn how to manage them.
Yeah, that's really interesting. We need to put this out. Maybe I will do a separate lecture on that so that we can keep people aware of there is coaching on management, in-law
Yes,
relationship
coaches are
management.
necessary in every aspect of our life. Most people always think of coach when they have maybe depression, anxiety,
Yes.
and then they need a coach to, you know, to help them through their trauma. All people think of coach in terms of money when they are, you know, entrepreneurship coach, career coach, development coach. But you know what? You at times, you know, you need marriage coach. You need these in-law coaches. You need romantic coaches. Now, even in Nigeria, there are sex coaches.
Oh
my
goodness,
God.
that is
Yes, that teaches you how to spice up your marriage, what to do, how to have, you know, roses and every other things to your marriage. There are sex coaches now. Love.
You know, I find this so interesting because my next book I'm going to publish soon is Diversity in Global Education, and there I'm talking about coaching, counseling, mentoring, and I've just touched briefly on this. And now with what we are saying, I will now expand it a little bit further because that's where the diversity comes in.
Yes.
Knowledge is evolving, my dear sister. Thank you.
It's evolving. Yes, you're right. It is.
Oh, the case 5 is blessing.
I think it's the last one.
It is the last one, yeah. So you can. I will free you very soon. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's great having you on board. Jamila, unlike Jamila, Blessing also has a drive for education, passion for education. So after 5 years of her marriage, she thought she could just win the husband over, you know, by upgrading herself through education. Unfortunately for her, the application was successful initially, but unfortunately she couldn't complete the study because she had to, like, you know, with 2 children initially, then a pregnancy on the way, and all the, you know, the challenges, like you said, we've been through the journey of a PhD. We know what it is when you have children with you, not to talk of you alone as a single mom raising 3 children. And she couldn't continue with that study, so she had to, like, you know, drop the program. So our own is quite unfortunate to Jamila case, where she managed to complete that goal. She achieved her own goal, but she couldn't achieve the goal. So,
well, Kafi, why is it that everybody has to choose between their marriage and their studies?
that is the great question. The why. The why. That is
because
very sacrifice.
you know what? I think it's high time when newlywed, you know, newly about to wed, if a woman has passion for education and she's dating a guy she's about to marry,
you need to know.
It's high time you started analyzing your plans in the future. You need to discuss with him. You need to let him know that, you know what, I love education and I'd like to go to this extent. What do you feel about it? You need to buy into it before you get married. You need to
let it know, do the assessment to know whether it's going to support.
Yes, I'm serious.
Education or not.
You need to do that before you get married, because I think this is the second question. Somebody has to choose
options
between subhanallah, they are so special. Everybody just keep choosing their education. Kafi, are you sure it's the education they're choosing, or do you just want to get abroad?
No, people choose education because if it's just to go abroad, don't let me.
Are you sure they're actually choosing the PhD for the sake of the PhD, or for just trying to go abroad?
Everyone would like to become a doctor like me and you, my dear sister. Everyone, every lady out there would like to be called Dr. Mrs.
Okay. Okay. Number one, before you get married, discuss with whoever you're marrying and let the person know your goals in life and make sure it aligns with him. Okay. That's one. And then when you get married and you have a change of heart or a change of goal, you don't just bring it one day and say, you know what, I want to go and do a PhD, and you're expecting to just absorb the shock like that. It's a gradual process. You need to ship it in gradually. You discuss about, you don't need to tell him you're going for PhD. You expose him, let him know those that have PhDs, what they do, how they do. And then you make sure you fall in love with that degree to the extent that one day he will tell you that, you know, sweetheart, I wish you also had this PhD. And you tell him, you know, it's doable. I will say, is it doable? It's doable. You know, we can do it. You need to buy him in. You don't just come one day and tell your husband, I'm going to leave you for the next 5 years or 4 years for a PhD, and you're starting to just swallow that. No one was gonna swallow that. He's gonna be a man and he's gonna tell you know what, just choose me or choose that. That's it.
So now
And
we're
that's the
talking.
end.
I think another concept comes in terms of planning our action plan. So
Okay.
it's something to plan ahead, not just to bring to the table and.
Yes, you need to keep it. If you want to do a PhD next year, maybe 2 years before that time or a year before, you need to start chipping it in. You just see Dr. So and so, mashallah, these PhD holders, these lecturers are enjoying. Oh, can you believe lecturers in Nigeria only at times they only have 6 hours of lecture in a whole week, entire week? What would they be doing with their time? And the guy will say, well, they will have the time for their family. You say, wow, what a nice career to have. Oh, it's the remaining time for their families. Wow, that's great. And then you start chipping in benefits of being a PhD holder to the extent that the guy will start thinking about it. He's driving, he's thinking about it, he's at work, he's thinking about it. And then one day he's thinking, you know, wow, I wish my wife too could have PhD.
PhD,
and that's how you start. It's not that you just come one day and say, you know, sweetheart, I want to travel abroad. And then he asks you, PhD is how many months? 1 month, 2 months? And they say, you know, I think it's 4 years.
So you have to start planning it right from day one of the marriage. Let each other know our intention. Let us be open. Let us communicate what our plans are with each other.
Even if it's a change in plan, let's assume you never thought of it.
Yeah.
It's a change in plan. You need to learn how to buy your spouse into your new plans. You don't just bring things from somewhere and throw it at him and you expect him to catch that. He's not a goalkeeper. He's not going to catch it. He's going to throw it back at you. I'm serious. So, with regards to this lady, the first mistake she did was telling the guy, you know, well, I'm going to choose, like the other lady, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for my PhD. I'm going to leave you. That's the first thing. And then the second thing was she made a mistake. In life, beyond a coach, you also need a mentor in everything you do in life. Whatever new stride you're about to take, whatever new step you're going to take, try to look for a mentor that's passed through that same step before you go into it. When you decided you're going for a PhD, how many PhD holders do you know? How many PhD holders are abroad studying PhD? Have you asked them? What do you go through? How easy it is? What are your challenges?
How did they?
Have you asked people? Because if you have actually asked, you will have decided to take those 2 children to your mom rather than taking them with you. Or you'll have decided to process your mom's visa as a dependent, or process a visiting visa for one of your maid or your cousins to come with those 2
if the financial capacity is not there to sponsor other carer.
If the financial capacity is not there, don't bring them. Don't bring the 2 children. Keep them with your family. In fact, if you keep those children with your family, you will be able to face your academics. You will have spare time to do some sideless jobs. You will be able to live a bit comfortable what you have and still have some change to send home to the kids.
To cater for them.
But you know, in my language, they say that when you want to test lagoon, like you want to test the water, you don't jump into it. You put the first leg there to see the depth of the water. You know, when you see a nice lagoon and then you want to swim, my language will say before you start swimming, put the first leg, see the depth. Yes, before you put the second leg, you don't just jump. So what I'm saying is, beyond PhD, when you're going into a new geographical location, you're relocating, you're taking a new job, you're changing your lifestyle, you're changing accommodation, you're changing career pathway. Whatever drastic change you're about to make in life, especially when you're married and you have dependents, like children, you don't just put all your eggs in one basket, okay? You need to sample, you need to feel what is out there before you move everything that belongs to you, including those little kids. So that's one. On the second round is, let's now assume you move the 2 kids and then you're not able to cope with the academics, which is obvious. For anyone that's gone through PhD, I don't know in any other country, if you've gone through PhD in the United Kingdom and you're doing a technical PhD, is rigorous. So having those kids without any support, no financial support from home, you have to work to take care of yourself. You have to work to take care of those kids. You can't leave those kids with anyone. You have to take them to school. You have to pick them up.
Yeah.
And then having dependent kids abroad, you don't want the government to take your children over. So even those two children themselves, they're a whole full-time job for you.
Thank you. That's it.
And then the PhD serves another full-time job for you. And then the financial challenges you're going to be going through is another full-time commitment for you. And you're a fragile woman, a traumatized woman that just broken her home. And your emotional stability is another full-time thing to think about.
Honestly.
I'm very sure you're not going to pass that PhD. It's obvious from day one. If you talk to me, you're going, I'm going to tell you you're not going to pass.
That is very interesting. Thank you so much. It's great hearing from your view. And now the next question I'm going to ask, that will bring us to
this lady, Kafi, this lady needs psychological help. She needs, because if she didn't pass that PhD, I'm very sure she's going to have immigration issues. She's going to have problem with immigration, no doubt. And when she has problem with immigration, she's going to have problem with finances. Yeah. She's not going to be able to have legitimate work to do over there.
Exactly.
Okay? So, and she doesn't have a home to come back to. So psychologically, she needs help.
Definitely.
And she might not even be able to afford coaches like you or someone, you know. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, that psychologically, she needs help. And those children need help. This is a critical case.
That's why we are offering platform like this, our service, to some people in need as free. Free service. Not everybody can afford to pay one-on-one for one-on-one coaching. So may Almighty accept all our doings and our acts as an act of ibadah.
Amen.
Thank you so much. This is really interesting, honestly. Your face is telling me I need to discharge you. But this conversation is really interesting, that let us just keep riding on. But let's try to wrap it up. And in terms of mentoring, I would like to use this opportunity to draw from your own personal experience now.
What did you say? I can't hear you.
I'm going to use this opportunity. You mentioned in the last case that it's good to ask from those who have passed through the stage. If you want to do anything or PhD, you ask those who have done it for guideline. So that will bring me to ask you this from your own personal experience. So what are some of the challenges you've navigated through, and how do you strategize to overcome them?
The challenges, the challenges of studying abroad or PhD or masters or which one? What did you say?
From your personal experience, you must have a bunch of experience, either the PhD itself or migrating and leaving your children. And
there are lots of challenges. What aspect are you talking about? Is it the marital challenges, the personal challenges?
Let's focus on the education.
The education side of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And by the time you start talking, you will see that they are interconnected. But from the education side of it.
Education challenges, I don't know. I really don't know what aspect of the challenge I need to talk about. But generally, what I would say, I always encourage women to follow their passion.
Okay.
I love women empowerment. I'm an activist of women empowerment.
Great.
I support women to go for what will make them happy.
Good.
I support women to go for whatever desires they think will empower them and make them to grow. As long as it doesn't kill your home, it doesn't kill your essence of existence, your faith, whatever faith you are, as long as it doesn't destroy your relationship with your creator, it doesn't destroy your relationship with your own values or value system.
Yeah.
If it doesn't affect my values, it doesn't affect every other things that my existence is based on and my home, then go for it. I tell women, the sky is just the beginning. The sky is never your limit. Okay? And that's what I believe in. My challenges educationally as different phase. That's So there was a time, because I got married schooling as an undergrad, I got married during my undergraduate days. So I'm an example of a married woman that's put all through my marriage life. At times I'm pregnant, I'm writing exams. Times I have babies. In fact, one of my final viva was in the US because I was having complication with pregnancy. But what advice I'll give to you is, if it's your dreams, your passion, go for it. But I tell women, don't do things because others are doing it. The fact that somebody does it successfully does not mean you will be successful at it. The fact that others are doing it does not mean it's meant for you.
Yeah.
So if you follow tides, you get swayed in the tide. Because everyone has a part. Yes. And I always tell women, be true to yourself. That was what I was saying.
Don't tell me you've already seen my book, oh. It's still in the press, oh, and you are giving all the concepts. FOC like that.
No, Kafi, oh no. Kafi, don't forget the fact that I myself, I'm a mentor. And because I run an NGO for women, I see all these things every day. And then because most women, we live a very fake life, we tell people we want this, but in our heart, we don't want it. Yeah. We just want to do it because others are doing it. We just want people to see us doing it.
That we can do it.
And then, yes, the first thing I tell people when you want to do anything, ask yourself, why am I doing it? Why do I want to do it?
Why?
And then when you answer the why, keep asking why until you're satisfied. I want to go for a PhD. Why? So that I can have PhDs. Why? So that I can do this. Why? So that I can lecture. So why do you have to lecture there? So that I can. Why? You have to exhaust that why.
That why. Because
for every challenge you take up, there are times you will hit the wall. It's those why that will keep you going. There are times you will hit real wall. There are times you ask any PhD student, at some point in your life, you just feel like, will I ever end this?
You will even ask that why question, why am I doing this? And that is the same why question from the beginning. And you will still ask yourself, why did I start this?
So, when you hit those walls and you don't have those whys, you will break down. It's those whys that you've actually grounded over time that will keep you going, even when you're swimming and you're drowning, and then you keep swimming and you tell yourself, get to the end.
Yeah.
And I tell people, there's no challenge that is easy.
Not at all.
Any new feat you go in, everybody loves their comfort zone. I love my comfort zone. Everyone loves comfort zone. But you don't get to greater heights if you don't leave your comfort zone.
Yeah, sure.
You don't get nowhere if you continue to stay in your comfort zone. For you to move ahead, you need to ground your motivation. Why do I want to do this? So I think basically that's what drives me, my why. And then because of my whys and my values, I keep to my values. Another thing that happens is when you leave your home in pursuit of certain things, because you don't really know what you want, you get distracted. When you leave your home for PhD or wherever, there are a lot of distractions along the way. You will meet friends that will distract you. You will meet environment that will distract you.
Oh yeah.
You meet a lot of distractions. Sure. But if you don't have a genuine reason for being there, forget about it. You're not going to complete it.
They will swerve you away. So I get
forget it. You're not gonna. You see a lot of distractions at times. For instance, I'll tell you an example. My second year of my PhD, I got an EU job, a very nice job representing UK in the EU. Well paid. I was receiving nice forex, good pay. I was flying all through UK, Paris, Germany, name it. I was sleeping in 5-star hotels.
Wow. That's a wonderful experience for you.
All paid, But I need to tell myself, I didn't come here
to do that
because of this. I have families, have children. I came here for this PhD and nothing else. So while I was managing this job, at the same time, my why was there
on the wall,
and that's what keeps me going. Because in most cases, when people fall into luxury, you have a very good job. At the end of the day, you don't end up completing the PhD itself. Especially when you're under scholarship, when you have a timeline, and they tell you after this timeline you failed.
Definitely.
I think that's the first thing. The second challenge I faced was this stereotype, the stereotype of the fact that a woman is weak. Okay. But like I said, is a stereotype.
Stereotype, yeah,
You tell people who you are. I'll give you an example why I said that's a stereotype. I remember during my master's program, the final project allocation, I was an embedded assistant. I was pregnant. I was really heavy, coffee. I was expecting a people like then. You know, when you see a woman, you think in an engineering faculty, you think she's fragile, okay? And then seeing a woman that is really heavily pregnant, then she's double fragile, you know? So I went to this lecturer. I said, you know, I picked the topic under you. He's a embedded system. He said, no, you can't do it. I said, I can do it. He said, no, you can't. He said, oh, you need to pick something that is going to be too hard for you. I said, no, I love it.
That's what I want to do.
And I want to go for it. And he said, you know, I can't even supervise you. Looking at you so weak, I'm just going to be full of emotion. He's a male, and elderly male.
I get it.
I'm going to be full of emotion. I don't know how I'm going to supervise you. If you don't hand in on time, I'm not going to be able to penalize you. I'm going to be feeling every time I see you in my class, I'm going to get back to my class. He told me, he said, you know, every time I see you in my class, there's something in me that keeps telling me she's going to give back today.
That is his empathetic understanding.
Yes, it's kind of a stereotype, but I didn't let that set me back. I went to another lecturer that was into another field, a female this time around, and then I told my course advisor, who happens to be a female, I said, so lecturer refused to take me on board. She smiled. She said, if only she knows how intelligent you are, that you're our best students for this session, it wouldn't turn you down. I said, yeah, but you turned me down. And then the lady said, okay, come under me. I'm doing high performance computing, or you can take a course on the high performance computing. I said, I don't want high performance computing. She looked at me and said, I'm ready to take you. I said, if you're really ready to take me, I'm going to do that embedded system project, but you're going to supervise
me.
She said, you can do it. I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. She said, go for it. I've seen your results. You're excellent. I know you can do it. And Kathy, I tell you, I turned in I was the first person to defend my project because Ramadan was coming. I wanted to go home anyway. The master's was meant to complete it in September ending. I turned in my project August 6th, like close to 2 months before the end of the program. The first person to defend. And guess who was the external supervisor? That man.
The internal examiner.
The internal examiner, sorry. That man was internal examiner. National instruments were meant to also come and view the project. I was the first person to do the first medical RFID linking database in the UK. And then he didn't believe I was going to do it. And then he came, he was thinking, is it going to work? And then he went in the lab and then he tested it. He put his card, loaded his record. He put the card back and then he was seeing his record. He took his card, like the patient card away. He put it on the device and he was loading the record live, real time.
And work.
He gave me, I think, 90 something. He couldn't believe it. But where I'm going is...
Well done. Well done for that. We need to recognize it for the International Women's Day. That is so fun. Oh, my dear.
You couldn't believe it, you know. I packed
How
my
come we are not
things,
celebrating this? These are the type of stories we need to be hearing for this International Women's Day.
I left UK in August. The master's ended in September. When I went back for the graduation ceremony, I was the best graduating student in embedded system and electronics. I was the best graduating student in the faculty.
Well done.
I had distinction in the master's.
I'm so proud of you, you know. Looking at you now.
Hold on, Kathy. Where I'm going is there's stereotype that tells you a woman is fragile. A woman is in second place. I tell women, don't allow anybody to put that stereotype on your forehead.
Label.
Whatever you believe in, go for it, and you'll be the best at it.
Yeah, that's it.
If I had thought, oh, this man had washed me down, had told me I can't even try embedded, I can't do anything there, and then I go for HPC, 3 things is gonna happen to me. Number 1, emotionally traumatized. That I'm not good enough.
No, that's
second thing. I don't even like HPC. Now I have to do a project that I don't really like. I don't really have passion for.
The passion is not there.
The second thing. Yes. And then the third thing, because I don't really have passion for it, I might not even ended up putting all the sleepless nights, sleepless day and night into it. You know,
the push will not be there when you have
No,
those
it's not gonna be
challenges.
there.
You have the
No,
push.
it's not. So I tell women, don't accept the second. Don't be a second standard. When people give you a second option, tell them I go for the first option. Once you have the passion, go for it.
Sorry, thank you. This is so
Kafi, I
interesting.
need to go to bed.
I can see that, but this is really interesting. Thank you for that. So the key words there is that no matter what people label you as, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
No.
You
Just get rid of the
your
label.
identity.
Yes. Yeah, woman.
Define who
Whatever
you
you
are.
want, go for it. Yes.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't conflict with your value system,
Yeah.
it doesn't conflict with your faith, it doesn't destroy your home, you're good to go.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let me quickly, I will skip some of the questions. Let me go to this one. I put it this way, from the government's perspective, how could we take them accountable for this? What is their role? How could they come in?
Is it Nigerian government or government generally?
Generally, yeah, generally.
You know what? In my country now, we're pushing for a lot of policy changes for women.
Okay.
I was giving a talk at ICT for Women Policy Development recently, and then I did told them that women polarity in my country is a cultural thing. Kafi, in my country, you know that every woman wants to give birth to a male child, not a female child. The female child is a second-class citizen. Every woman in my culture wants a male child. So I told them it's a reorientation thing we need to do, starting from the mothers, for them to realize that a female child is not second class. Looking at the media, the way the media portray women as being fragile. When you look at all the cartoons we watched when we were growing up, the Snow White is just a Snow White. The Sleeping Beauty just sleeps and waits for the charming prince. Alice in the Wonderland, she sings in the garden, and then the cartoon portray the women as being fragile, makeup, how beautiful you are, nothing else. But the men are the macho, go for it guy. You kill the lions, you kill the dinosaur, you save the female. So the men are seen as you can go for it, you can do it, and the female are just like just wait for the man to come and rescue you.
Yeah.
And because of the media has printed that into our head growing up, our culture has told us the man is the main thing. Nobody wants the girl child, okay? So beyond the government, I was telling them this reorientation has to go down to the grassroots to let people realize that the women have their place, the males have their place. And mashallah, Kafi, I'm telling you, a lot of policy changes now going on in my country. We call it women inclusiveness. I'm trying to bring the girl child in terms of education, in terms of awareness, in terms of our rights. There's a lot of massive campaign towards that now, which of course I'm part of it.
I can't wait to see this.
It's a whole lot of things. But like I told you, we need to look at the holistic approach to it. It goes beyond the government. The government has started doing their bits, with the women inclusiveness. But beyond that, like I said, it goes back to the cultural values, societal values, the media. The media portray women,
to change
the
that
media thinks all we need is just the makeup and then beauty things. They just want to be beautiful, they're not productive. If you put them in your workplace, they're going to be going on leave, maternity leave every now and then. When they are in their period, they're not productive. When they're having menstrual pain, they're not productive. When they're pregnant, they're not productive. What do you want to do with them? Is a whole lot of interwoven things that you need to look into. It's a discussion for another time, Kapi.
I understand. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. So in terms of advice for, let's say, our youth, what could you suggest in terms of what can we tell them?
For our youth.
Towards educational completion, attainment, choice.
Kafi, I said that already. Oh my God. For our youth, I tell them it's good to be a lovely, beautiful girl. It's good to be stylish. It's good to take care of yourself, to be beautiful and gorgeous. Is another thing for you to have a future. Anytime I meet any youth, I tell them, in the next 10 years, what do you see yourself? In the next 20 years, what do you see yourself? It's good for you to sit down and map yourself into where you're going. I tell the youth that when you have a pathway, it's very difficult for you to get derailed. And I will give an example now, okay? If Are you still in Huddersfield? Can I use Huddersfield as an example?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so if, for instance, I'm in the train station and then I met some girls and they said, oh, let's go for a walk. I'm in the train station, my destination, I'm going towards the uni, okay? I need to turn right towards the uni and I have a destination already. And I met some group of people at the train station. Some of them said, oh, you'll be working towards right, you know, towards I Street. And I felt I Street is still on my way to the uni. I'm going to join them. And then on the way, we get towards a Packers, and some said we're going left. And I realized that left is still towards uni. I'm going to join them. And those are going right, okay, go right. I'm going to join them until I get to uni. Because I have a destination, I'm going to uni, okay? But let's assume I don't even know where I'm going. I highlighted at the train station. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I want. And I met this group of girls, and some of them say, "Oh, I think we're going towards Bakery, going left." Because I don't really know what I want for myself. I'm going to follow them left.
Sure.
And then on our way to Bakery, and some just felt, you know, well, we're no longer going to Bakery. I think we're going down east. And you just feel down east. I think it's cool.
New zone.
Down east. And I'm going to join them going down east. And then I will continue to go on like that without a fixed course. And then you get lost. So I tell youth at this age, set out your paths. So that when you have friends, when you see distractions, if the distractions is still leading towards your path, okay, you follow it. When the distraction is taking you away from your path, you ignore it. But you only be able to do that if you have a path. If you don't define a path for yourself, you're gonna get lost. The social media is there, the digital interference is there, the distractions is there, a lot of things. Your hormonal distraction internally as a girl child is also there. You ovulate every month and your body's telling you need a guy to argue and all these things. He's also there to compete with. Don't forget, Kathy. It's only when you focus and you feel like this is what I want in the next 10 years, this is what I want in the next 20 years. Look at your parents, you feel like, you know what, the next 20 years, I'm going to buy a nice Ferrari for my mom. I'm going to do this for my dad. And for me to do that, I need to achieve this and that. That's when distractions will really affect you. But when in the next 10, 20 years, it's just big. I don't know. I'm just going to school because my mom said I should go to school. I'm just doing the sciences, but my mom said it's good to do sciences. I'm just doing this because my dad said it's good. I'm just doing that because I think it's cool. I was talking to a teenager one day. I said, why do you want to study engineering? He said, Auntie, I think it's just cool. I said, oh, the mother said, I want him to study medicine. I said, you can't force her. Let her choose what she wants. And I said, oh, girl, why? She said, Mom, I don't want to study medicine. I said, so what do you want? She said, I decided to take science because I want to be an engineer. I said, why do you want to be an engineer? She said, I think it's just cool. It's cool being an engineer.
That's where the choice question comes in. Now you've just addressed that. That's the choice question. That's what I said in terms of advice in relation to educational choice, completion, and attainment. That's the choice aspect that you've addressed now. So I've really.
That's why I said it's your destination. Coffee.
Yeah.
You see what I said earlier? Destination. And that's the kind of question you ask such a girl. Why do you want to study engineering? She said, I think it's just cool. It's just cool. That's not enough reason. I asked her, do you know the annual salary of an engineer? She said she doesn't know. Do you know the challenges of an engineer? She said, do you know the challenges of a female engineer? She doesn't know. I said, okay, what aspect of engineering do you want to go for? She said, okay, do you know the quality of life an engineer lives? She doesn't even know. Wow. You know, these are things when you engage with youth, you just help them to straighten their path. When their path is straightened, then every other thing will fall in line.
Mashallah, well done. You are doing great work. Thank you so much. Let me ask you one last question, then I will release you, please. That one last one is, because people are coming abroad, and at the end of the day, the attainment is not there for some, the completion is not there. What are the other options that they can explore? What other options do you think they can explore other than?
What did you say?
What other options?
People are doing what? People are running what?
No, the 5 cases we've reviewed, the cases that we've just reviewed, we see different scenarios where some people attain and complete their studies, but some people could not. So what are the other options? Alternatives can you suggest?
For who? For those that could not complete?
Let's assume that these people, they have not done the PhD, they just want to embark on a program. How? What options would you recommend to follow?
They just want to embark on a PhD.
On
They
a
should go
program.
for it if they want.
It's not necessarily that it should be a PhD. We want to promote, we want to advance education now, right? Okay, let's take the issue. People are sacrificing a lot in terms of marriages. So to minimize the issue of sacrifice in marriages now, other educational options. Can I give you an example of what I'm trying to say? Like short courses.
Okay, what's the example?
Short courses,
what did
online program. So these are some of.
Okay, now I get you. Online program, to be frank, is good, but it's not for everyone.
Good.
There are some people that get distracted easily. They might need a physical program. But like I said, it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody should just look at their weaknesses and their strengths. It's good to leverage an online classes if you can afford it. If you have the facilities like the internet, the money to pay for it, the time, the commitments. A lot of things goes in the online program. If I'm in an online program, I could be drinking some cup of coffee, I could be sleeping, I could be pressing my remote. But if I'm in a class, I wouldn't do that. But if that's the only option, yeah, go for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me use this moment to say thank you so much for your time, your resources, your efforts, your expertise, your experience, everything. Oh, we really appreciate you so much. May Almighty God help us, to pay you abundantly, to reward you in a big way, because you are so tired and we still manage to squeeze the best out of you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you on the platform.
Most welcome.
Bye for now. Take care. My regards to the family. Abibulai, Fawaz, Rafia, everybody. And Umu. Umu. My regards to Abu Fawaz as well. Take care. Yeah. Bye for now. Good night. Night.
Yeah, okay. Esther Maricas to yours too. Cheers.
Definitely I will. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, that's it for tonight, everybody. Join me to say thank you so much to Dr. Fadhilat Jimoh. We really appreciate our feedback, our contribution platform. Don't forget to go on kafayat.lamidi.com to download the case brief or to watch the video clip that we've been uploading for the past few weeks. And I hope you enjoyed this section. Don't forget to subscribe, sign up, or follow us on Facebook, Global STEM Education Platform. And as well as you can go on YouTube to download some of our video clips. And it's Kafayat Lamidi or Cafe Others Feed. Bye for now. I appreciate you all. Bye. Love you all.